So I'm about to do something that scares me. I am just going to sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys. I usually like to edit things out because I ramble, but I'm just gonna let it fly today. This scares me, so I'm gonna face it and I'm gonna do it. So by the time you see this, it will be May 23rd, which is my 36th birthday. And 36, Lord. But 36 reminds me of what happened in the year that I turned 35. 35 was the year that I started looking things in the eye that scared me and facing them and doing it anyway. Just a rundown of it. I was one of them people that was scared of COVID, right? For a whole 2 years, I was terrified, and I went to Arizona with my sister and my cousins to celebrate her birthday. And I was just out there, just no mask, no nothing. And that was the first time that I had really embraced and been uncomfortable and was just like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it. And I was fine. Everything worked out. Another thing that happened in Arizona is, I won't get too much into it, but someone very special to me does live there, and he's my ex. Reached out to him and was afraid that I was going to be rejected, just all the things that could happen with your ex. And I did it anyway. I reached out and I told myself that I would much rather reach out, let this person know how I felt, and if I still got not denied, but if I still got rejected, then it is what it is. At least they know how I feel. And I would much rather live my life saying, I'm glad that I did it, rather than I wish that I had. Unfortunately, that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, but at the time it felt okay. But yeah, anyway, then I turned around and I'll save this thing. I'm going in chronological order, but I'm going to go out of order and save this next thing that happened for last. But we'll fast forward to September of the year that I turned 35. Look at me, I almost said 25. My subconscious is being nice to me. The year that I turned 35 was 2022. And I finally caught funky ass COVID. I caught it, I got it, and it wasn't that bad. All the fear that I had, it really wasn't that bad. Now I got the diet version of it, I'll admit, but it really wasn't that bad. I had a lot of fears just because I was, kind of being told that with having PCOS, I got pre-existing conditions, and just freaked me out. So once I did catch it, it was fine. I locked myself in the room for about a week. Nobody in the house caught it, which was a miracle, and I was so happy about that. And then 4 days after I tested positive, I accepted the job that I had been working for and studying for about a year. I am a licensed insurance adjuster. It is not something that I dreamed of doing, but it is something that I kind of felt like would be beneficial to me in the long run. But I was terrified of doing that because I hadn't worked a 9-to-5 in years. It was completely outside of my creativity. It had nothing to do with any of that. And I was gonna be on the phones and arguing with contractors and insurance stuff, and terrified. And I just tested positive for COVID 4 days prior to. So and luckily it was a work from home job, so I was able to work that out. I was doing okay, and I did that for a little bit. It is a seasonal thing, so hopefully I don't have to go back, but we don't need to go in there. But then I'll backtrack to what I wanted to say for last, but it actually happened on my 35th birthday in May. Was I got into a perfectly good airplane and jumped out of it on purpose. I went skydiving. It was something that, again, terrified me. It freaked me out, and I said, therefore, I need to face it and I need to do it. And the entire year just really spoke to me on that level of saying, facing your fears does something to you. I've learned to kind of go after the things that I want and not be caught up in the rewards, and to be excited for the person that I become on the other side of fear. They say like your goals and your dreams are on the other side of fear. They may or may not be, but what is definite and what is absolute is you are going to become a better and different person on the other side of your fear. So it got me thinking about just doing things even though you're afraid, doing things in spite of being afraid. And that actually leads me to the title of season 2. It's not going to be Gym Naturals season 2. No, the title of season 2 is Do It Scared. And just if you remember episode 8, the last episode of season 1, season 2 does pick up from that. And it is loosely based on my life. There is some other things, Riley is doing her thing as well, but Jillian's character is very much so based on my real life experiences. I just made it a little more interesting for y'all. But season 2 is going to be called Do It Scared, and I figured today was a perfect day to post this and to announce that the title of season 2. And it's just a reminder to go after the things that you want, regardless of how you're feeling. If you're scared, do it scared. Do it anyway. Why? Because of the person that you are going to become after you push through those things. And I there's really not much else I can say about that other than being proud of the person that you become after you do it scared. So once again, Do It Scared is most likely going to be coming out sometime in 2024, maybe a little bit earlier if my, if I'm lucky, we'll get it done earlier, but we are still working on it. But I did want to come on and announce that on my birthday, on the year that solidifies me starting to do things scared. And now I got my baby named after it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, stay empowered, and stay beautiful. Peace.